everyone, Jason here. Welcome back to another video of Jason's Journey. I'm here today to discuss the Thailand's special tourist visa. I'm here to discuss the process of how to apply for this tourist visa, the special tourist visa, and how I got approved and accepted for it. So basically what I've done with the special tourist visa, it's quite a difficult process. Those of you who have been through this process before know the struggles. You know how many hoops you have to go through to be able to get this visa. They don't make it easy for you. They try to stamp out all of the usual backpackers that Thailand is known for most of the time. So I'm here today to go through some of that process. So I like to keep a special folder with all of my documents inside. I keep it as a front cover, the special tourist visa on the front there. So basically what I'm going to go through is what you need. So basically you need to apply for the special tourist visa first. You need certain requirements. So you obviously need a passport with a minimum validity of no less than 12 months prior to departure. You need a photograph of yourself, preferably a clear one with a white background behind it. So you need it, basically from head to shoulder length, like a typical passport photo you would need for your visa application. You would also need proof of residential address in Australia, just like your ID card, Australian ID card, or for other countries, just your usual ID with your address on it. And if you're Australian, for example, for myself, I had to get permission to travel from Australia issued by the Australian Border Force. So I needed to get a travel exemption from Australia Border Force in order to apply for the visa. So that's one of the very first things that I did, was actually apply for a travel exemption to be able to travel from Australia to Thailand. So without that, you're obviously not going to go anywhere. So if you're Australian, of course. If you're not from Australia, well, lucky you. So after that, you do require a police name check. So you need to go through your local police or regional police website and apply for a police name check. I know it's one of the extreme things that you need to do here, but they obviously want to know that you're not a criminal and you're not going to do things, certain bad things in Thailand, of course. So you also need a complete medical certificate from your medical GP or your doctor with a valid legal rubber stamp of the medical doctor to confirm its authenticity. So there you go. You got to be on top of that just to confirm that you're clear of any of these diseases like tuberculosis and hepatitis A or hepatitis B, whatever it is. It's all on that medical form as well. Now, all of these forms, guys, you can also get from the your local Thai embassy. So whether you're in Australia, you get it from the Royal Thai Embassy in Canberra. If you're from America, I'm assuming it's Washington, DC. So you got all of these different embassies, the Thai embassies. You just go to them and they'll have all the documents that you need on their websites. Health insurance, this is the one that actually really confused me. So with the special tourist visa, you need two sort of insurances. So one is for health insurance. So you need a certificate of health insurance covering the entire period of stay in Thailand, containing the details of coverage as follows. So here it says, in-house patients of not less than 400,000 Thai baht per policy year. And as for outpatients, not less than 40,000 Thai baht per policy year. So basically the health insurance that I went with, so this is the first part of the insurance for the visa. Later on, to apply for the certificate of entry, you need health insurance to cover COVID-19 treatments. So that's a separate sort of health insurance. What I wanted to do with the health insurance was to combine two of those covers. So one for the COVID-19 treatment and also one for your usual health insurance that covers your usual hospital treatments if you happen to go to hospital. So I wanted to combine them into one policy, and there is, believe it or not, one company that offers this. It is a European company called ACS. I'll actually leave their link down below in the description so you can go check them out. They offer an all-in-one policy where you can apply for it would reach the COVID-19 agreement of 100,000 baht for the treatment, for the COVID treatment, which I'll explain later on. And then it'll also cover what I just outlined, the health insurance for the in-house patients and out-house patients. So that will cover you for that. I've been accepted with that policy, so you should be too. So I'll let you know about that. With the ACS insurance policy, just let me know. Leave a comment down below or send me an email. You can go check that out. Send me an email and I'll be able to send you the contact details of someone who helped me out. She's a Thai insurance specialist, insurance broker, I should say, over in Thailand. She was able to help me with the health insurance specifically because I had no idea. I'm not confident with insurance, so she was able to help me with that. Just let me know, send me a message, and I'll be able to supply her contact details to you. Otherwise, if you're always wanting info on just general info about the special tourist visa, there is a Facebook group that I've signed up for, and that's very, very, very helpful. I've met a lot of great people who have helped me with this process as well on this Facebook group. So I'm going to link that Facebook group also in the description box below. So look out for that as well. So also one of the last requirements for the visa section of the application, you need to provide one of the following evidence of payment. So you either need one, a fully paid hotel reservation for your stay in Thailand, or a fully paid residential lease in Thailand issued by the lessor, showing the duration of stay and the lessor's contact details and tax ID number, or you need a hire purchase or mortgage agreement of immovable property, or a condominium title deed. So you basically have to have one of those 4 requirements to basically say how you're going to be staying there. If you're going to be having a residential lease, so you're going to be having a hotel for the whole entire time. And I should have mentioned at the start of this video, so for the special tourist visa, you can stay for 3 months. For the first, you can apply for 3 months, and then whilst you're there, you can extend twice, 3 months per time. So you can stay basically a total of 9 months if you would like at the end of your stay. So what I did, I got a 3-month residential lease. I went through an agent. There was a website, I think it was called Rent Hub, which is a Thailand real estate sort of website which shows all the apartments and condos and all of these sort of places online. I found one in Bangkok, so I've been approved for that lease. It had to be, as it says in the requirement here, it has to be a fully paid residential lease, so you do have to pay up front for the 3-month lease, or whatever it is lease that you want. So you can either get a 1-year lease or a 9-month lease or a 1-month lease, well actually not a 1-month lease. You do need to show that you need a minimum 3-month lease because it needs to cover your entire stay of Thailand. So make sure you put that as well. So I went with the 3-month lease. If I would like to extend for another 3 months, I can do so whilst I'm in Thailand. So that's later to come. So once you get all of that, so that's just one stage of it. That's the tourist visa section. So the special tourist visa, I should say. Once you get approved for everything like that, you then have to go to the certificate of entry stage. So this certificate of entry is crucial for you to gain entry into the country. So without the certificate of entry, you can't actually get into Thailand. You might have the visa approved, you might have the visa, but you don't have the certificate of entry, you can't actually get into Thailand. So you definitely need the certificate of entry. Basically, with the certificate of entry, you need to, there's a special link on that the Thai embassy provides you with, that you go to their link and you have to fill out basically a declaration form, and applying for the certificate of entry is showing you, I think they ask for medical insurance, the health insurance part of it. They'll also ask you for a confirmed flight tickets and the 2 weeks, 14-day quarantine. You need a reservation confirmation for that, and it has to be fully paid as well. So you need the 2 weeks quarantine, the flight, and the insurance. They basically want to see all that. Once they get approved, you get approved for all that, you get to get the certificate of entry, basically. So that's a whole nother aspect to it. It's quite in-depth. It's quite detailed, this whole process. So forgive me if I've missed anything, guys. I'm just trying to check I've got everything. It looks like I've got everything. So with the visa, once you actually get approved for the visa, I should say as well, you do actually need to send your passport to your local Thai embassy via post, and then they'll insert the visa into your passport. So you definitely, what I recommend is, once you receive your passport back in the mail, you need to absolutely apply for the certificate of entry as soon as that happens. So once you get the visa, you'll be able to apply for the certificate of entry, and then you should be all good to go. As long as you have your flight, your 14-day quarantine, you should be good to go. Obviously from an approved hotel that's with the Thai government, so you need to check that. All of this information as well is on this Facebook group that I have gathered as well. So please go to this Facebook group that is linked down below in the description. You'll be able to see all the help you can get. It's so many questions. People are always asking questions in the group. There are so many helpful people on there. There's definitely people that helped me on there, so I'm very, very grateful for them as well. So once you get the certificate of entry, you're now pretty much on the home stretch. The only thing is now you need 3 days prior to departure, you actually need to get a COVID test. Now it's a special COVID test. This is a PCR lab test, which is the COVID test that you need for travel. So you actually need to get that 3 days prior to departure. There is this bit of a confusion where you need the airline's been saying, oh, you need the lab test 72 hours, no more than 72 hours prior to departure. But the embassy is saying you only need the results no more than 72 hours prior to departure. So it's a bit of confusion with that. What I'm just doing is I'm just going to get the test 72 hours prior to departure, so I don't have to have any issues at the airport with anything. That's the last thing that I want. So, and I should mention about the flights as well, guys. The flights, you need to have a approved flight from the Thai embassy. There is a list of approved flights that you can take, and it's on the Thai embassy's website. So go to your local Thai embassy website, and you'll be able to find all that information there. And finally, after that, you do need also a fit to fly certificate from your medical doctor or GP as well, just to say that you're fit to fly, basically, that you're healthy and that you've got no cold or flu symptoms, all that sort of stuff. So basically, that's the entire process of going to Thailand during this whole situation with a special tourist visa. It is a complicated process, but it is definitely worth it in my opinion. I am super, super excited to be flying back to amazing Thailand at the end of this month, January 2021. So I will be there. I do have to do 2 weeks of quarantine, which is going to suck. That's going to be put a lot of people off for this whole process, which I can understand completely. However, it's been a tough year. I'm looking forward to heading out to Thailand and having a bit of freedom for once. I know there's a bit of a second wave at the moment going on in Thailand, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm obviously going to take the proper precautions, and I'm a very sensible guy, so I won't be doing anything that will get me in trouble or get me in all sorts of health issues, that sort of thing. So I'm a pretty sensible person when it comes to that sort of stuff, so I know what to do. But I hope that helped, guys. I know it's a lot of information to process. As I mentioned, go to the description. You'll be able to see the link to the Facebook group, which will be so much information, a wealth of information there for you if I was too much to listen to. So if you're interested, head on down to that Facebook group and you'll be able to see all the information that you need. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to all of you who are interested to come to Thailand. There are many more videos coming in the very near future. Thank you so much. I would like to ask if you can please subscribe to my channel, Jason's Journey, for more upcoming videos. It's going to be a very exciting year. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for your time. God is good. Let the journey continue.